If you're not paying attention to gold right now, you might be missing the only corner of the market quietly showing real strength.
What we do and why we do what we do. And we always frame it up first against the major indices. The Dow closed down today on less volume, but you can see it's in a definite downtrend. Closed down 971 points today. The spiders closed down today on less volume. Has resistance here at the falling 21-day. Eventually, it's going to take that out, folks. I'm telling you, bull markets haven't been outlawed, and maybe it's going to form a higher low here. But it fell today down here and closed in the bottom half of its range. We've got the NASDAQ up. It closed right near the bottom half of its range, closed down 416 points today, okay, or 415 and a half. All right, let's be specific. But you can see it's in a downtrend. You can say, God, you look at that, there's no way to buy anything. Overall, that is the truth. However, I want to explain something to you, and this is important. You can also take a look and be very stringent, and we are very stringent at Mission Winners, at the leading groups and the leading stocks in those groups, okay? In this instance, what is it? Gold, gold-related securities. Here we go, and ETFs. So I just showed you, I'm going to show you the spiders again. I don't care about the Dow. There's the spiders closing down hard. Here's the NASDAQ comp closing down hard. Here's AEM, actually closed up today, okay? Nice move, and it closed up on a pickup in volume. Again, compare and contrast. Here's the NASDAQ comp closing down. That doesn't look so good. There's AEM. Note the trend up. It's acting great. Gold related. How about this one? AU. Bounce here off the 21-day, rallying up. We've sold a little bit into strength. Okay, unlocked some profits in up here. We're in great shape. There's AU. Here's the spiders. Well, I don't know about you, but that looks kind of rough. And there's AU again. Up today, closed up today. Let's take it a step further. GLD, look at this, closed above where it opened. Big gap up. See the open price? See the close? It closed above where it opened, as I stated again. Note the trend. Note the bounce here. Our first buy on this, by the way. Simple basis, simple base buy, simple base buy. Pullback setup. Lifts off the rising 50-day and 21 EMA. Look at the volume on that bar. I'll make this bigger to show you. Right there. I said this at meetups for years. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. IBD meetups. They voted there, folks, and guess what? We did too and bought more. And it's running nicely, okay? It's working. Today, with the Dow down 972 points, this stock closed up and closed above where it opened on a pickup in volume. And again, I stress, it's in a leading group. Narrow your focus. Don't think you got to look at a million different charts. You can say, Pat, why are you so stringent about this? As I said before, my only source of income was investing profits. That was it. Nothing else. Continue onwards. GDX, gold related, had buys here, lifted off, bought more, and it's trended nicely. Now, it closed up on the day, but it did close below where it opened. We'll watch this and see what happens. We have price alerts set. Maybe we'll lock in more profits. But note the bounce off the 50-day. And again, here's the NASDAQ comp. That don't look so good. Here's the spiders. That doesn't look so good. Here's GDX. Well, that looks all right. See the difference? I stress, it's in a leading group. I'm big on that, folks. It works. Continue onward. HMY. Good bounce here off the rising 21 EMA. Look at the volume pickup on that bar. Right there. Bouncing off a key moving average. This is the 50-day simple. This is the 21-day exponential. This is the 8-period exponential. And it closed up today. Now, it closed below where it opened, but we're in good shape. We've sold some in the strength to lock in profits, but note the trend up the 8 EMA. That's HMY. There's the spiders. There's the NASDAQ comp. They don't look so good. And there's HMY. There we go. And then we round it out with Newmont Mining. Simple base breakout right here. Look at the volume pickup on that bar. That's heavy. This is average daily volume, the blue line. They voted, folks. They voted big time. Look at the buying here, and then it follows up on a gap up. Trending nicely. We've sold some into strength and locked in some profits. And another very important point, as I stated earlier about notes, it's good to put notes on your charts. They have earnings on 4/23. How many of you do that? There you go. Today's 4/21. They got earnings in 2 days. That's important to know. Be careful owning a stock or buying a stock just before earnings. We don't. But again, symbol-based buy, leading group, leading stocks. There's NEM. And we'll compare and contrast it to the NASDAQ comp, and we'll compare and contrast it to the S&P 500 with the spiders. That doesn't look so good. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good.
While the broader market has been under pressure lately, with the Dow pulling back several thousand points from its highs and the S&P 500 down around 1,000, it's important to keep everything in perspective. We're not here to predict bottoms or chase rallies. We're here to observe what the market is showing us, and more importantly, to look beneath the surface. In this video, Pat takes a few minutes to walk through the current state of the major indices, and then does something most traders don't. He pivots away from the noise and toward the real strength. Gold stocks have been moving up quietly but steadily, and our VIP members at Mission Winners own them because they've been featured on the key list. The process did its job. It identified leadership before the crowd caught on. Even with the indices down, we're seeing certain stocks not just hold up, but move up. And that's exactly what Pat highlights here. Watch how he walks through the contrast between broad weakness and the individual names quietly leading. So while the headlines may be filled with red arrows and down days, remember, not everything is falling. The market's job is to shake confidence. Our job is to stay focused on what's actually working. Leadership often starts showing up before the market turns. And in this environment, it's not about finding everything, it's about finding what matters. Stay sharp. Stay focused and keep doing what works.